Hi everybody out there, Kane's Dark Side here for another video for Disney Heroes Battle Mode. Okay, so patch note 7.4 is out, and sorry about the delay on this, but I just got off work, and I know it's been out for, about 3 hours or so, but I wanted to get this video done tonight. I've had a lot of requests from people sending me messages. When you getting them done? I'm like, I'll get them done. So I kind of skimmed over them really quickly. And I think they've been reading everybody's comments and stuff. And when you guys are sending stuff in, telling the company Purdue or Per Blue, what you would like to see in changes. And they're listening a little bit more. So I'm going to go over this. Unfortunately, there is no Dr. Calico once again, which I kind of figured, because it had been leaked not too long ago about some of the characters that were coming out. And as you can see, Anon Kitty, I think that's his name, had put out a video showing the animations for some of them. But Dr. Calico is definitely not coming out this month. But I think, and a lot of people are in agreement, that's probably going to be in October for the villains. Every October they always do like a Halloween theme and villains and stuff, so that's probably what they're going to do, I would imagine. Just be patient. So, for the heroes for the month of September, my opinion, and I mean, this is just my opinion, this is probably one of the most lackluster ones I've seen in a while. The choices are not good or great, but I'll go over everything. There is some changes, a lot of changes, some modes are being removed. We'll see. I'm going to go over it. So patch note 7.4. Welcome to Disney Heroes Battle Mode. This release features Embarrassment, Scat Cat, and the big surprise here, Abby Mallard, plus a number of improvements and bug fixes. So Abby Mallard, yeah, Scat Cat, people couldn't really care. Embarrassment, well, Inside Out, they're probably trying to complete all the characters for Inside Out. And then Abby Mallard from Chicken Little. So, yeah. It's kind of weird. Guild Wars, they're redoing Guild Wars. So, they're going to change a lot of stuff, and I'll get into that in a second. Okay, it's changed the hero releases, app updates. Let's go first. Embarrassment. Or, as I'd like to call it, September update. Just kidding. Don't want to get some angry message from Per Blue. Okay, so Embarrassment is a center tank on the yellow team and will be available in the Battle Pass starting September 2nd. And you know what? At least it's in the Battle Pass. So I don't know many people are going to pay $26.99 for Embarrassment, but wait until you see what they did with the Battle Pass. This is where you're going to just wait for this. Okay, we're going to get into this. Skills. Embarrassment puts both hands on his hoodie, gaining awkward stacks and confusing the closest enemies for a few seconds. Each awkward stack generated increases Embarrassment's reality and his max HP by % until the end of the wave. Active. Embarrassment is so self-conscious that he drops to the ground, sending a shockwave through the battlefield, dealing normal damage, stunning and hexing all enemies for a few seconds. This stun cannot be blocked, dodged, or prevented by Hardy. Then we got normal damage plus. Now, Shy Snap. When Embarrassment reaches a certain amount of awkward stacks, he blushes and closes his hood to hide his face, converting awkward stacks into endurance stacks, cleansing himself and becoming immune to all debuffs, which is pretty cool. While the hood is closed, Embarrassment distracts the closest enemies and deals normal damage every time a distracted enemy attempts to damage him. Embarrassment will stay with his hood closed until he loses all endurance stacks or uses Embarrass Burst. and during this time he can't gain energy. This distract cannot be prevented by Hardy. Now, Timid Peak. So, these Embarrassment slowly parts his fingers to peek through after leaving Shy Snap, dealing normal damage to all enemies, gaining all energy he would have gained during Shy Snap, granting himself and all allies an HP shield for a few seconds and increasing their reality. This reality increase can go up to a max of reality and lasts until the end of the wave. Okay, another one. Hood Cocoon. These are weird, like, I don't even know where they're coming up with this. While Shy Snap is active, Embarrassment redirects a percentage of all damage dealt to allies to himself. Embarrassment also has a % chance to redirect each debuff that would be applied to backline allies to himself. Additionally, Embarrassment gains reality for each debuff redirected up to a cap of reality. Okay, Blushing Souls. Upon reaching 0 HP, Embarrassment gains awkward stacks and becomes berserk for a few seconds. This effect can only happen once every few seconds. While berserk, Embarrassment gains awkward stacks per second. While Shy Snap is active, all enemies lose reality negation. Every time an enemy attempts to debuff Embarrassment, he gains HP shield for a few seconds. This effect can only happen once every few seconds. And there you go. Battle Badge, a shield is applied to 9 heroes. Stat buff, max HP. Lineup buff, max HP per yellow ally. Effect buff, Reflect. The friendships will be Milin Lee and Maui. And see, this is what I was talking about. So the Embarrassment is for Inside Out. I really, really, really wish they would put the characters that have to do with the actual show. You know, so Milin Lee and Maui. Okay, Scat Cat. Here we go. Scat Cat is a backline damage hero on the red team. He'll be available. Now, here's where we're changing things up. Now, pay attention. Scat Cat will be available in the prize wall starting September 9th. So, Scat Cat is not starting at the same time as the other character. So they're not releasing two characters at once at the same time. So you're going to be able to gain have the time to gain the characters, and then about, I think, a week later, then they'll release another one. They're doing it different because people were saying it's too hard to have two characters at the same time and trying to gain them, to gain all their stuff for them, which I 100% agree. But wait until you see what they're doing. This is the good and the bad here. So let's get through this here. Skills, Trumpet Fury. Scat Cat plays one note with his trumpet that resonates through all enemies, dealing bonus fantastic damage for each movement speed, buff and debuff on them. Scat Cat plays the trumpet with explosive energy, dealing fantastic damage to all enemies while also applying shatter and silence for a few seconds. Additionally, Scat Cat grants all his allies a % of attack and movement speed increase for a few seconds. Fantastic damage plus. Splash Strike. He throws a bucket of water at the enemy with the most buffs, applying a damage over to him, time to him and all nearby enemies, dealing fantastic damage per second and converting their attack and movement speed buffs to attack and movement speed debuffs for a few seconds. During this time, all current and subsequent buffs received by these enemies have their duration reduced by a %. Okay, so fantastic damage plus. Scratch Whack. Scratch Cat scratches the most wanted enemy a certain amount of times, dealing fantastic damage an additional amount for every % bonus movement speed they have, and prevent them from gaining any further increases in attack speed for the next few seconds. During that time, any attempt at applying or receiving attack or movement speed buffs stuns the most wanted enemy for a few seconds. Okay, Classy Cat Cap. Every time an enemy attempts to receive movement speed buff, Scat Cat gains skill power for a few seconds and stacks some momentum. Scat Cat can only receive up to a cap of skill power this way. Skill power plus. Now, Scat's red tie exploits each enemy's bonus movement speed, dealing additional damage to the percentage of bonus movement speed they have. Scat Cat now grants all allies fantastic damage on all skills and basic attacks while they have a movement speed buff on them. Scat Cat's basic attacks extend the duration of all enemies' attack and movement speed, debuffed by a few seconds. This effect can only happen once every few seconds. Battle Badge. Charge condition. Heroes perform 12 or more basic attacks. Stat buff plus skill power. Lineup buff, skill power per support ally. This effect buff, crit damage. Friendships. See, this is where... So Scat Cat with Thomas O'Malley does kind of make sense, but Scat Cat with Sadness... So I have a question. Why wouldn't you put sadness with embarrassment? I don't know. It would be nice if they actually got it mixed up and that's not actually what happens. Because to me, it doesn't make sense. But that's me. Now, for the ugliest character of all. Sorry about that. Don't mean to be mean, but... Okay. Abby Mallard for Chicken Little. They've literally, had one character for Chicken Little? Abby Mallard? Abby Mallard is a front-line tank hero on the yellow team. Abby Mallard will be available in the prize wall. See? Now, September 18th. So, to reiterate this here, Scat Cat will be available on September 9th. And then you've got Abby, which will be the 18th. So they're kind of stalling them to give you 9 days to be able to go through and try to get these characters. I'm not sure if they'll be available at the same time, like they will overlap, or if it's just when one finishes, another will. But on the other hand of this, it might, you'll see. Okay, skills. Turbo Whirl Ball. Abby targets the most wanted enemy and her basic attacks distract all nearby enemies for a few seconds, redirecting a percentage of all incoming damage from distracted enemies to the most wanted enemy. This distract cannot be dodged. Active. Okay, so Abby spins her arms and throws a dodgeball across the battlefield, dealing fantastic damage and decreasing the tenacity of all enemies hit for a few seconds. As the dodgeball reaches the edge of the battlefield, it bounces back, dealing fantastic damage and cursing them for a few seconds. This is some weird stuff, though. Like, why? Like, why wouldn't they do Dumbo? That would be cool. You know, just some really, I'm thinking some different ones. And yes, you might eventually see some characters like Elio. I know there's somebody that's been asking, and I think since they've been going with a little bit to coincide with different things, seems like it would be a good possibility, so stay tuned. Now, with my ADHD and getting off track here, we're going to do the next one here. Slacksmirk. Abby flashes her famously awkward smile, dealing fantastic damage and stealing armor and reality from all nearby enemies for a few seconds. Additionally, Abby grants all enemies empowered stacks. Okay, fantastic damage plus. Modern Mallard. When Abby is below a percent of HP, she pulls out a celebrity magazine, dealing fantastic damage, stunning all nearby enemies for a few seconds and making them vulnerable for a few seconds. This effect can only trigger once every few seconds, and the stun cannot be reduced by tenacity or avoided by evasion. Balloon Shirt. All enemies near Abby are dealt a percent of their max HP as true damage per second. Additionally, this damage reduces the enemy's armor and reality, up to a max amount and drains them for a certain amount of energy per second. Balloon Shirt. All enemies near Abby are dealt a percent of their max HP as true damage per second. Additionally, this damage reduces the enemy's armor and reality up to a max amount and drains them for a certain amount of energy per second. Balloon Shirt. All enemies near Abby are dealt a percent of their max HP as true damage per second. Additionally, this damage reduces the enemy's armor and reality up to a max amount and drains them for a certain amount of energy per second. Enemies above Abby's armor or reality are drained for some energy. Instead, fun karaoke. Before the start of combat, Abby moves to the middle of the enemy's side of the battlefield. At the start of the combat, she then knocks all enemies towards her and snares them for a few seconds. Abby blocks all energize applied to enemies for the first few seconds of each wave. Enemies that have energize blocked this way are sapped for a few seconds instead. Abby now gains determination stacks every few seconds. Additionally, each determination stack increases Abby's armor and reality until it's removed. Reality plus, armor, and skill power plus. Charge condition, slow is applied to one enemy. Stat buff, plus skill power, lineup buff, max HP per damaged ally, and effect buff, invisibility. And, now look, Chicken Little and Daisy Duck. See? Normal Chicken Little and Daisy Duck. But why embarrassments friendships? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to get into some good stuff here. So they're changing, apparently they're changing Guild War. They're changing a few things. They're playing around with stuff. I'm pretty much close to a day one player, so I'm used to a lot of changes in this game. If you could see what it was like 5 years ago, you'd be like, oh, wow. It was actually a bit better, but okay, here we go. We are beyond excited to bring the brand new Guild War update to Disney Heroes Battle Mode. As mentioned in previous patch notes, changes will be doing to the game. Ban and protect system. Guilds will be able to strategically block enemy heroes from being used in war while safeguarding their own key heroes from being banned. This system takes into account different tiers where less heroes will be able to be banned and protected, and additionally matchups between guilds within different tiers as to balance things out. Additionally, banning or protecting the same hero in 2 consecutive wars triggers the cooldown. The hero becomes ineligible to be banned or protected for the next 2 wars. Oh boy, so there might be some heroes that you've got some strong ones that you might not be able to use each war. The off-duty hero system will be deprecated. War spars. Guilds will be able to use a limited special type of war spars where everything is taken into account from the sabotage value to war card bonuses. Guilds can increase the number of war spars with a new guild perk. Okay. Spars combat accuracy. Spars behavior is improved to better match other combat modes. Decrease of war card bonuses were reduced to about 50% of their initial values. Reworked sabotage and new sabotage features. Old sabotage features were revised and reworked. Snail sabotage was removed from the game. All old values for sabotage were balanced to be more relevant. Evasion reduced, tenacity, patch level decrease. Now I like this. Red skill level decrease. Anything to do with red skill disable. See, these are the ones I like. I know, like, before you get to reduce, when you're doing them, you can reduce skill or do this, whatever reality. But being able to actually disable red skill is kind of cool. Anything to do with skill disable. Patch level decrease, battle badge disable. Yeah. Sabotage will now only cost guild tokens if values have been adjusted. Oh, wow. So sabotage now will only cost guild tokens? Yikes. But don't you use your guild tokens to buy the guild characters? I'm interested to see how that's going to work. Because I like it when it goes through and you can use, because I've got so many tokens for all the arena tokens and this and that. We'll see what happens there. We worked collaboratively with the community and drew to revisit a standardized set of guild permissions for each rank. With pausing war around the update, yes. So there will be war. There will be pausing for a full 2-day cycle. For war. Now, they're getting rid of Heist. Right off the bat here. It's not going to be available anymore. They're getting rid of it. I, for one, am very happy. I hated Heist. I thought it was boring. someone invite you to a heist and they didn't pay attention or do anything, and it was just garbage. It was a hot mess. They are however, going to use heist for event. So when they do have heist, it's going to be something important as an event, which I'm all for it. Limited time event. Maybe if you get through so much a heist or whatever, you're going to be able to gain, something. That I don't mind, but the rewards and the usefulness of heist right now is boring. Okay, now, I know this is long and I'm sorry, but I want to go into everything in depth and give my opinion. New hero release changes. In an effort to address player concerns over hero releases, we're making changes to the way we release heroes. With recent surveys and read-through of player feedback in Discord, we wanted to address these main concerns. Prize wall running for 26 days felt too long, nothing to look forward to after the update. Having 2 different heroes in the prize wall was frustrating. Well, no kidding. That was just the stupidest, dumbest thing I've ever seen. 2 heroes, and you had to bring them up so high and do so much to get anything. And what I don't like is the fact that you go through and you can get the prize, but there's nothing there. Every time you hit that prize, there should be something. So anyways, that's my rant on that. So, not enough daily tokens for free-to-play to make meaningful progression. All 3 heroes releasing at once felt too fast. So now they're going to battle heroes will continue to release alongside client update. Prize wall heroes will release. Prize wall hero A will release following Tuesday for 1 week. Prize wall hero B will release the following Thursday after prize wall hero A is concluded for 1 week. So I think they're only doing the prize walls for 1 week. That's kind of weird, but this new schedule will keep the game fresh and have something new and exciting to look forward to. They're adding some new event and adjustments. Battle Pass will continue to have an early access trial running for 8 days since the update, which, I mean, is no good unless you purchase the character. You can't use it in trial anyways. They should have another way that you can gain it, but that's the only way so far, Battle Pass. Prize walls will also have a 7-day limited time event trial running alongside it to earn up to double the additional tokens daily. That I like. So, that's pretty cool. I like that. Each hero release will be paired with a limited time 3-day supercharge event so you can buff newly acquired heroes for 4 weeks of battle. And the Battle Pass runs, because it runs for much longer than the prize wall event, everyone goes at a different pace. We removed prize wall tokens from both tracks. So, think about this one. So, you spend $26.99 on a character, which I have a problem with, because you can get it for free the next month in the Arena Challenger and Coliseum Challenge, or whatever you call it, Challenger. But then, so you're taking all the tokens away. So you're not going to be able to get tokens anymore as a prize. Players will now be able to purchase additional tokens either through limited time offers or by burning stamina on additional chances for the prize wall trial events. Well, stamina is very precious. You don't want to be using stamina to try to get more tokens. Anyways, new heroes join the battle. Hero spotlights and chat sparring will still highlight all 3 heroes for a few days, so once the characters are getting close to a release, you can actually go into Spar and click on any character to try them out so you'll know what they're like. I had actually did videos on this previously. I'm going to still do it, a quick video. I've been having a lot of crashing issues with the game, and I play a lot of games, and it's the only game that's been causing crashing issues, so I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. As always, keep an eye out for feedback regarding new changes to the hero release schedule. The new full app update release calendar will be launching new updates on the first Tuesday or Wednesday of the month, depending on when the Guild War finishes. This means release 7.5 will go live 5 weeks from now instead of the 4. Release will be 2 weeks from now, and that's just like little changes. And then 3 weeks between 7.4a and 7.5. Chapter releases will always be 2 weeks after the full update, so expect a month update every month. This means some months may have 5 weeks between new chapters. And the plan for Battle Pass moving forward is to wrap up on the last day of the month. Continue to release with the newest full update, but maybe shorter or longer some months. Based on progression speeds, it's possible to complete the whole Battle Pass well within the time frame. So it says here, as mentioned, some months may include an extra week that may result in an additional week of Arena and Coliseum. For this first extended season, we'll have a week before the next season starts, but don't worry, we'll have other events to fill the time. In the future, we'll experiment with a PvP limited time event that we hope to share more. Okay, well that's kind of cool though. Challenger Season 73. Your featured franchises for Arena is going to be Moana, Inside Out, Princesses, Lilo and Stitch, DuckTales, Cinderella, Tron, Hocus Pocus, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, Wreck-It Ralph, Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis, Muppets, Chicken Little, Proud Family, Soul, The Lion King. Spotlight heroes are going to be Giselle, Sisu, Ka, King Louie, Quasimodo, Scat Cat, Bolt, Davy Jones, and Tia Dalman. And then there is a Last Days of Summer events. The summer isn't over yet. Heroes, Last Days of Summer. So starting from 25th to the September 16th, the city has been heating up a sizzling lineup of events. Brand new community showdown trial to vote for what you think the new rarity should be. Yes, and I already voted. Me, I don't like Azurite. I'd rather see something like Opal or Sapphire. Just my opinion. Limited time camping trail to celebrate the end of summer at an excited beach party, but what's bubbling underneath. So, this trial has ended, but a rerun may be in the near future for another chance at Tropical Flowers border. Well, that was just hot garbage, because unless your characters are really, really maxed, you're not getting nothing. Literally, your badges have to be up to like 26. So, yeah, that's not happening. I don't max out all my characters, and since they started making the XP harder to get with the last update, I'm finding myself running out of XP more and more. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to do that. I never had a problem getting XP. Now I do. Back to School Special Invasion. To fend off some uncool invaders. Coming September 8th, earn an exclusive jazzy-themed border. So, yes, I really like the invasion. It's pretty easy to do if you know the little tricks of it. My characters, a lot of the ones that I always make sure I use for invasion is Fanny, Lilith, and Ida, and then Chernabog, and then one other one. I like them. They seem to work. Oh, and yeah. So they seem to work really, really good. And then trying to remember her name. She's with Jack Skellington. Anyways, she works out really good. That team seems to really get every single one of them. I've beat every single one of them with that team. But you try out and see what you think works best. Power Promote rewards function was not granting or displaying the expected rewards for the farm levels. So this is just improvements, changes. Let me see. XP increases. The XP drink formula has been revamped to improve the overall XP rewards granted across the game. The port received the largest increase, with some earlier difficulties also adjusted. Well, I've pretty well got all the port, both of them maxed. Filters move the feature franchise filter to the very top, next to the favorite heroes and arena heroes. Main campaign, remove Violet from main campaign chapters due to bugs involving her. Replace with Max Goof. And removed Violet from Elite. Okay. Nothing big there. They rebalanced a few characters. Quasimodo, Kai, King, Louis, Sisu, and Violet. And let's see. Then there's just bug fixes. So there's nothing really big here. Just little fixes and stuff. I wish they would fix the bug with the last characters. They're the one from Moana. I can't even remember. I'm drawing a blank here. Is it Sisu, whatever we call her? She crashes a lot. I think that's her name from this update here. Sissia or something. She crashes a lot. Fix red skills and memory disk skill tags on 50 plus heroes. And like I had said, right now you can pay $26.99 for Hector Rivera, or you can wait till Arena Challenger Hero. And like I said, always happens. The characters from this event will go on to be Ruben is added to the VIP crate. You have to be VIP 12 for that. I am VIP 12. Hector Rivera is Arena Challenger Hero, which means I'll get so much stuff for him. And I'll unlock him, and I will do a video as soon as I unlock him. Phineas is added to the Arena crate. See, all these characters from previous ones you were paying all the good money for are now in crates and campaigns. It's so easy. There you go, Simia. Sorry. That's the one I said keeps crashing on me like crazy. Put her in battle, and I mean, it just makes my phone go nuts. See, Giselle becomes the next contest hero rank reward. And Scat Cat will replace Giselle as a contest rank hero reward on September 18th. So it's like I said, what they're doing is they're taking the character will go out of the prize wall, and then they'll put another character that will go in and replace them, and they'll put them in something else. Duchess enters the Guild crate, Yensid enters City Watch crate, Gantu enters the Diamond crate, Lilith Clawthorn, Thompson and Malley enter the Elite campaign. It means that you can go in there and you can get some stuff for them by playing the campaign. Scat Cat enters the prize wall, and then Abby in September 18th. I know that's a lot to take in. I'm very sorry for the long video, but I've been told that I don't cover enough of it, and I just rushed through it, and I didn't want to do that. So, my opinion, there are some positive changes here, getting rid of heist. I do like the spaces in between, but my biggest fear is that the prize walls are going to be too short, which is going to, in turn, make it difficult to get the characters. But then when they put them in the contest thing, contest rank reward heroes and stuff, that might actually be a beneficial thing. We'll see what happens. I will give my opinion on the next update that I do. I'm going to do one to have the next patch heroes or anything, like for the patch 7.5.1 or whatever it is, or 7.4. Then I will do that. So I think that's going to be it for this video here. Like I said, I mean, everybody has their own opinions. My opinion is, I know they're trying, and I'm hoping that it goes a good way. Really, really, really hope it does. But this here is my problem. Embarrassment, Scat Cat, and Abby. Try harder, Purblue. Try harder. Dumbo. If you look at the amount of people that want to see these characters, like I said, for Dumbo, Cars, a big one, Gravity Falls, Elio's coming out. That would be a good promotion. Have Elio. There are so many of them. Disney has a lot of characters. Can you imagine one day because Disney does own Simpsons. Can you imagine start putting Simpsons characters in? Well, Disney does own Simpsons. I can't see why that would be a problem. Just thinking out loud here, just stuff, food for thought. Stuff I'd like to see. I'm a big Simpsons fan. Imagine start putting Simpsons characters in. Anything that Disney owns would be a possibility. You know, Disney owns Star Wars. What about Star Wars characters? You know, one of my favorites, Baby Yoda, or Grogu, as you call him. You imagine, these would be characters I'd like to see. They'd be surprises. And you know what? How many people would pay the $26.99 to get Grogu? Or Bart Simpson? Or Marge? You know, just... they're sticking with basic ones, and I think they should broaden it. Just my opinion. Okay, sorry for the long video. I'm long-winded today. A lot of caffeine in me, and I'm excited to get this patch notes out as soon as possible. So this was patch note 7.4. Thank you so much for watching all these videos, and keep your comments coming, suggestions who you'd like to see. I'm hoping to get data mine out there very, very soon. I know everybody else will beat me to it because I'm a little slow sometimes to getting these out, but we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching all these videos. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel for lots more Disney Heroes Battle Mode. Until next time, happy tapping, because this is the way.